POCs for short. And the question for today is, what happens when you fail to identify or understand or properly manage your points of contention? Now, I'm not going to get into what the points of contention are. You'll have to refer to part 1 of this series and get caught up on what do I mean by points of contention. If you already know, then we'll go ahead and go forward. But when you fail to identify, understand, and properly manage your points of contention, or POCs, they become unmanageable. And it could be something as simple as having a conversation with your mate. It doesn't have to be anything too deep. It doesn't have to involve matters of the heart. It could just be some lightweight, surface, mundane, random conversation that goes awry because, well, either you have to be right all the time, and so a simple conversation can turn into a point of contention when it becomes a debate, a dispute, or an argument over something that has nothing to do with you, your mate, or your relationship at all. But it's just a matter of you making your point and getting your point across and having someone to agree with your position. These are what I mean by points of contention. It doesn't have to be anything too deep. And for that matter, when this becomes unmanageable, then you get to a point to where your future with your mate becomes a question mark. Why? Because after further review, after better research, after spending enough time with you, your mate may decide that he, and I'm talking to ladies right now, would not choose you again if given a second or third opportunity after as many years. And you're probably saying, well, what do you mean he wouldn't choose me? Well, when we get into gender-specific roles, see, these days we try to promote that gender-specific roles are a thing of the past. But see, there was a reason why traditionally the male proposed to the female, the man proposed to the woman. And it was not the tradition that the woman proposed to the man. In other words, you do not pursue him. You either allow him to pursue you and you accept his pursuit of you. You allow him to choose you, and then you would accept his choice being you. But he needs to choose you. Why? Because if you let him choose you, sister, then he will be better equipped to deal with all of those would-be points of contention. He will be better equipped to deal with your quirks and shortcomings. I'm not saying that he doesn't have his own. I'm not talking about him right now. I'm talking about what happens to you when you don't allow the man in your life, or the man who will be in your life someday, to choose you. And then that choice has to be made for the right reasons. He has to choose you for the right reasons. This is important, and this is what I want to get into today. But before we get down into how he would choose you for the right reasons, I want to ask this question to make the point, the ultimate point, of your last failed relationship. I'm not asking you why did it end or how did it end. I'm asking you, why did it begin? Why did your last failed relationship begin in the first place? Why did he choose you in the first place? That's what I want you to think about as you continue to listen. Now, I'm talking to men and women when I say this next comment, but I want to specify, brothers, you really have to pay attention to this, because this mostly pertains to you. Before you reach your breaking point, I want you to reach your breakup point. In other words, it is better for you to reach your breakup point before reaching your breaking point. Why? Because, brothers, if you do not see a future with your woman, and I said future, then you need to be man enough to let her go before these points of contention becomes unmanageable and someone reaches the breaking point before reaching the break up point. See, strength is not about being out of control or being in control. Strength is actually being under control. And so it's okay to make a rational decision to break up or let it go. Why? Because it's better in the long run. Women, after your man has gotten to know the real you, after he's done experienced repeated points of contention, and he has determined that he does not desire to choose you, then you have to be strong enough. This is where your strength come in and your intellect comes in handy. You need to be strong enough and smart enough to let it go. Why? So that you could at least, if nothing else, be available for the right brother to come along and choose you for the right reasons. Now, there is no need to try to fight and hang on to something or someone that did not choose you for the right reasons in the first place. Sometimes the best thing in the world for you is for him to walk away from you. Sometimes the best thing in the world for you, brother, is for her to go ahead and go on about her business, and you just have to be man enough to let it go. This is why it's so important, ladies, that you understand why he chose you to begin with. What did he really know about you? What did he really want from you? And what did he really expect from you? What exactly did he see in you? You know, sometimes if you think about it on the flip side, what if women traditionally proposed to men? Who would you have proposed to by now that would have been the wrong decision? What man would you have gone out of your way to get the ring to put on his finger, and you get on one knee and propose to him, and he is not choosing you in return? This is why that is so important. So it's better to find out sooner than later that you guys might be compatible, but not with regards to commitment. Your relationship might have been selected on compatibility, not chosen based on commitment. All right. And finally, how do you know what the right reasons are for choosing you? What are the right reasons for choosing you? You need to know this, sister. So you need to make a list of why he would choose you. Yes, that's your homework. You need to write down, why would the man that will eventually be in your life, why would he choose you? Or if there's a man in your life, why did he choose you? And if you don't know why he would choose you, how is he supposed to know why he chose you? My point is, it's real simple. If he don't know why he chose you, then after a few of these points of contention, he's not going to even know why he's even with you. So write down why the man that will be in your life will choose you. You write it down. And then when he meets you, or if he's already met you, ask him, why did he choose you? And see if his list matches yours. All right. So remember, strength is not about being in control. It's about being under control. And sometimes you just have to be strong enough to let go of the person that will not choose you tomorrow, or will not choose you in 3, 5, or 10 years. You will be better off with exercising that degree of strength as opposed to this, whatever this newfangled definition for strength is, where you're fighting and fussing and carrying on, trying to hold on to something that is unserviceable and really just needs to be away from you so that you can develop and grow into the person that you've always wanted to be. Remember, it's not a matter of love. It's not a matter of compatibility. It's a matter of standards. It's a matter of values. It's a matter of using good judgment. It's a matter of behavior. It's a matter of commitment. Commitment over compatibility. And as always, I'm only here to help. And I hope this information was helpful to you. Please reach your breakup point before you reach your breaking point. Because I want for you the same things that I want for myself. I want you guys to be happy. I want you guys to be healthy. I want you to be in a nurturing relationship of fulfillment, to live a life of longevity. But above all these things, I wish upon you many, many blessings. I'm looking forward to your response. My name is Jay Jackson.